in to break down Patriots and Seahawks is Andy Gresh, special Monday night edition of the Patriots Wrap. All right, it's weird after winning 6 Super Bowls, but there's a feeling of a moral victory, so to speak. Even though they lost the game in what was a terrific game last night, people are encouraged with how the Patriots looked. How do you feel about that?
Well, originally when the game was over, I thought, not so much. And I went back and watched it today, and I feel much better because you look at a couple of the touchdowns that Seattle had. Those were unbelievable one-on-one plays where they won battles.
Yeah.
You know, the one where against Jason McCourty where you're tippy-toeing in the end zone. I mean, come on, how many times is that going to go against them? And then the deep play action to Metcalf, he dropped it right in the bucket. Stephon Gilmore was right there.
He had his arm in there, yeah.
Right, if that ball gets deflected away, I think we feel very differently about the Patriots defense. That said, Yianni, the little things are starting to add up. And it's defensively, like keeping Russell Wilson in the pocket. That was big. And also Cam Newton, man, we realize how meticulous Tom Brady was with his accuracy when you see Cam's footballs kind of going a little wayward on him.
And some bad clock management. I want to get to that in a second. Let's first talk about the final play. They have one play to run your best play. Cam admitted after the fact maybe they went to the well one too many times. Do you agree with the play call?
Yeah, well, here's the problem, right? I don't know what they had left in the bag because you had no James White. So you got to figure that's got to alter some level of your goal line package. And remember when Cam didn't get in the first time on that second down? He went and celebrated and he didn't get in. Then what did they come back with? The very play they ran in that moment. So think of the chain of events, Yianni, in that if you don't run that play, maybe you have it when you run that play action. You got skunked on the goal line once before. You went back to it with the power quarterback. If you could have saved one of those and not had to pull it out when you had to on important third downs in the moment, you might have had that play action to be able to slide it to the fullback to get the win.
All right, so Edelman gets tackled by Bobby Wagner inbounds with about 25 seconds. They ate up a lot of clock there to only get to what it was, 9 seconds or so. A little bit of a bungle there because they ended up with the timeout in their pocket. Should Bill have called a timeout then?
No, absolutely not. You don't call the timeout. The issue was Cam's got to get up and spike that ball. So think about it. Edelman gets tackled 25 seconds to go. If it takes you 5 or 6 seconds to get up and spike it, you got a first down. So burn the play but save the time. Remember, if you call the timeout there, then what you've done is you can't kick a field goal to win the game or even tie it. You've got to go for the end zone. So to keep all of the space on the field open, what Cam needed to do was get up and yell clock, 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 Big Ben that thing, and even if they clock it with say 18 seconds to go, that's a whole nother 9 seconds on the clock with a timeout in your pocket, so you can throw it over the middle, which they did end up burning there at the end. So to me, that's a Cam issue. He's got to get that team up and get that ball clocked.
Yeah, I think he lacked a little bit of urgency there. All right, that being said, nearly 400 yards passing from Cam, 2 rushing touchdowns. We said after the high school offense in the Miami game they were going to open it up and throw more, but did you expect that much passing success from him? I did, because a lot of it is really based on the way the zone read offense is sort of built. And you saw the bubble screens. We saw motion, you know. How many times, and there was one time where I think it was Demir Bird, the 5'9" guy, is blocking for the bigger N'Keal Harry on the outside on one of those quick little bubble screens. So some of this was the evolution of the Patriots offense, and some of it was Cam driving the ball down the field. And we saw that the more he drives the ball down the field, the less air gets underneath the football unless he's floating it up. Hence, Edelman having to dive and really reach to make that play. So I still think mechanically, there is a long way for Cam Newton to go. There are times where it looks like he's throwing off the back foot, when in reality, it's just sloppy mechanics. He leaves his shoulders open sometimes. He closes them sometimes. Mechanically, he can be a real mess. That was a good connection, though, with Julian Edelman. No doubt. All right, we are just getting started with Andy Gresh on the Patriots Wrap. Much more from the show coming up right after this.